An industrial robot grabbed and crushed a worker to death at a vegetable packaging plant in South Korea, triggering public concern about the safety of industrial robots, the Denison Bulletin Review reports. Police said the man died of head and chest injuries after he was snatched and pressed against a conveyor belt by the machine's robotic arms. They did not identify the man, but said that he was an employee of a company that installs industrial robots and was sent to the plant to examine whether the machine was working properly. South Korea has had other accidents involving industrial robots in recent years. Last March, a manufacturing robot crushed and seriously injured a worker who was examining it at an auto parts factory. Last year, a robot installed near a conveyor belt fatally crushed a worker at a milk factory. The machine that caused this latest death was one of 2 pick-and-place robots used at the facility, which packages bell peppers and other vegetables exported to other Asian countries, police said. Such machines are common in South Korea's agricultural communities, which are struggling with a declining and aging workforce.
Nearly 250 rodents transferred to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona that were intended for adoption were instead fed to snakes and reptiles, Tucson.com reports. According to an initial finding in a probe by both the Southern Arizona and San Diego Humane Society locations, this saga began when the Arizona office received the transfer of 323 animals from its San Diego counterpart. Now, later that same day, the animals were transferred to a reptile dealer named Colton Jones, but only 60 of the animals were eventually returned by Jones. Pressure from authorities to determine the fate of the other animals led to an uncovered text message from Jones, who, after receiving the animals, sought assistance in processing a large number of guinea pigs and rabbits for reptile feed a day after receiving them. Both Humane Society groups are committed to pursuing legal action in the incident. Have you ever felt the impulse to ghost that person who's hitting on you and just can't take a hint? Well, frogs have taken that strategy to a new level. A new study shows that some female frogs will play dead to avoid mating, NPR reports. Dr. Carolyn Dittrich, a behavioral ecologist at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna, observed the pattern for the first time while monitoring mating patterns. She had 1 male and 2 females in a box, and she left them there for an hour undisturbed. She saw in one video that a female appeared dead, so she got worried that something happened. But as it turned out, that frog was displaying tonic immobility, or playing dead. It's one of the strategies females use to avoid mating, along with rotating their body or letting out a call to tell males they're not interested. That's because mating is brutal in this species. These frogs are known as explosively breeding frogs. They have a very short mating season, and male frogs in this species get so aggressive that the females can fear for their lives. So, male frogs, when you see a female playing dead, maybe it's time to pivot to another mate. And I would also say the same thing if that frog tells you, "Sorry, honey, I got a headache tonight. Maybe tomorrow."
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.